So today I wanted to tap into what do you truly need? Do we really look at the fact that in our life we kind of go about our lives in a way where we don't really question? So do you really truly address what you need on a day-to-day basis? We all know in the big scheme of things that we need X, Y, and Z on a material level, right? But when we are creating a vision, like when I started creating a vision for myself as to where I wanted to be, so do we really question what we truly need? Have we ever sat back and really plugged into it? So today, when I sat in my meditation, one of the things that came out was the thought that Joe Dispenza, he's this very big person in the field of epigenetics and quantum physics, and he left me with this thought. And although that's what we're essentially doing in meditation, that we're not directing, but we're observing the energy flow. In Vipassana meditation, at least, we are looking at our body sensations. And he said something really important that stuck with me is where your attention goes, the energy flows. And I'd like to take it up from there. Where your attention goes, the energy flows. Now, to create anything in your life, you're supposed to identify first what your needs are, and then you're supposed to move from there. So do we really do that? Because we get lost in the social media, we get lost in our lives, we get lost in the things that we do in our life, and then we are not addressing what we truly need. And what we truly need, if we start paying our attention there, chances are we start giving it attention, and then our energy goes there for us to manifest it. So that's what I wanted to talk about, because that's how I started living my life. Uh, to gain some clarity on where I wanted to stand. And one of the books that really helped me was called The Artist's Way. I don't know if it's appearing to me upside down, but this is a book by it's an international bestseller by Julia Cameron. And I used this book years ago to manifest what I wanted. I literally followed each exercise. It's very exhaustive. I wanted to share that with you today. When I started creating a plan and I started transitioning, today's Republic Day, and we're transitioning. It was India's transitioning period after independence, coming into their constitution. And I've put that out on my Instagram today, that like we did that, we need to transition out of things in our lives and then use that period creatively to get to where we really want. And this is what I used when I was transitioning out of my corporate days, because I was hardcore corporate once upon a time, market research, AC Nielsen, blah, blah, blah. And then I decided to pursue macrobiotics because my father got cancer. And one of the first tools I used, because I got really sick, I landed up at an Ayurvedic center in Coimbatore. And uh, out there, I had a slip disc, okay, and I started questioning my life. And I said, well, what do I really want to do? I don't want to be in climbing up the corporate ladder. I was, one post away from being an associate director at a very big market research company. And I said to myself, listen, I got to now get out of here and manifest what I really want. So, what do I really want? And I said, I don't want to be in the field of this climbing up the corporate ladder. I want to do something bigger. I want to work for the community and bring some good stuff to the community. By then, my dad had cancer, so I was looking for an alternative to cure him, and I'd already encountered macrobiotics, and I was already on the macrobiotic path. And I was already studying, and one of the books that helped me to get to manifesting my dream was this book. I wanted to share that with you today. It's my Bible for manifesting things. I go back to it once in a while, but I followed it to the T. So much so that I am here today because I followed the principles in this book. Okay, she really helped me get to a space of addressing what I really need and how I'm going to go about achieving it. Also, the other practices that I keep telling you about, my meditation and my exercise and everything, specifically my meditation. Okay, Vipassana meditation helped me to get process and get clearer in being not attached and address everything with a sense of detachment. And that was really important in creating the vision that I wanted, because you have to first start from a space of gratitude, of thanking the universe or whatever you thank out there, that you have what you have. So I always keep emphasizing that gratitude is the first space where you start generating positivity from. uh, and I started gaining more clarity, and we need to, we all have desires that are larger than the things we do in our life. We all want to be better versions of ourselves, and that's what I was seeking, a better version of myself. And I knew I had this gift of uh, you know health that I was blessed with, and the field that I was tapping into was much beyond just protein, carbohydrates, and fat. It was addressing energy. I was already on the path of energetic meditation with Vipassana, and therefore I, used that as a springboard to then use the tools physically, like this book, to get to where I wanted. So that's something I wanted to leave with you today. Focus on what do you truly need, and start asking yourself the questions on, are you really working towards and giving it the energy? So, like, plug into the thought that Joe Dispenza says, where the attention goes, the energy flows. Are you really plugging into that thought process of uh, where is your energy in the day? Is it even like, even if there's 24 hours in a day, how much of energy are you really giving to the things that you want or you truly need in your life? I'm not talking about the, television or the car or the upgrade to your life. No, I'm talking about other stuff. I'm talking about things that are going to make you become better versions of yourself. There's a want and there's a need. There's a distinction between that. You want a phone, and you want a, but what is it that you really really desire? If you really desire a partner, good partner, and you give your attention there, it's going to happen. If you don't really desire a partner, it's not going to happen. Or if you really, like, I desired this platform that I'm on today in terms of creating, working with ailments, working with people in the field of health, helping them reverse, helping them stay in remission, bring quality content in the field of health via my books. I desired all this long time back, and I started pushing that out, and it's taken me a good 15 years to really start getting that message out and getting some momentum and critical mass, even if it's really small, to bring this stuff out there to you. And it took time. It didn't happen overnight. It's because I had a need. I questioned what I needed for my authentic self to express myself, and then I manifested it via this field. So I'm here because of that, and that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Uh, Different people have different needs, and different people have different desires. It's not going to be the same. We all know that. So, the other thing, when you start from gratitude, you start from a space of thanks. When you spring to a place of wanting and manifesting what you need, you start giving it attention. And when you give it attention, you start putting it down. When you put it down, you start looking at tools that are going to help you to get there. And the other thing, that even though there are times that I was very defeated, and even though there were times that I was totally forlorn, lost in my journey, I kept one thing in mind, that I trusted the universe that it's going to get me to that space that I wanted to be in. So, trust is essential. You have to trust your heart. Your mind will start playing tricks with you. So, you have to plug into your heart and trust your heart. It's very important. It's important to do that so that you plug into the right stuff that's going to then get your, because you have trust, because you have gratitude, because you spring from a space of gratitude, you have trust, and therefore then you're putting it into action and manifesting what you truly need. So this is some this is a really interesting space to be in. It's a space that you can't measure. It's a space that's intangible, but it's a space that exists because I've experienced it. And I wanted to leave you with that thought, that if you want creative energy to leave you and come out of you, you have to plug into what you really need, and then gain clarity on putting it out there, okay, to manifest it. And again, I'm going to draw your attention to what Joe Dispenza says: where your attention goes, the energy flows. If you plug into that thought for the day, for your Sunday, and let it subliminally sit in the back of your head, you're going to start realizing that what you truly need is going to be paramount, and you're going to give it that much energy to then break it down. Like, I actually break it down now. Like, I know that in my books, I want to go in a certain direction. You'd be amazed at, you can leave that thought out there in the universe, and the universe is going to manifest it in your reality by throwing it up in the form of a book, or in my case, or by throwing it up in the form of a person who comes along who's going to further that cause. Similarly, if you if you just let yourself and trust yourself that, listen, it's going to happen, and not plug into the negatives that come along with it, things like belief systems that hold you back, negativity that dominates your brain. You're looking at following someone on social media, and it's they've got large numbers, and that's irritating you, because I'm just throwing it out there. These things happen, they're happening to a lot of people. A lot of people I see are chasing the numbers, and that's not the real way to go about it. Or you are looking at someone else and constantly comparing yourself. There is no comparison. The comparison is with yourself. So don't plug into negativity. Take yourself. Another way to reaffirm that is, as soon as you have a negative thought, you reaffirm it with a positive. Yeah. You come back to breath. I've taught you this breath in one of my IGTV videos. It's the Anapana breath of Vipassana. When there is a negative thought that takes over, the first thing that happens is your breath gets really quick, and you have a fast-paced breath. Some people feel heat at extremities. You'll feel heat at your ears. You'll feel heat at the palm of your hands. Start focusing on that, because that takes you away from the thought process of negativity, and focusing on negativity, and that'll start bringing you in alignment with your goal again, and clarity. Always good to write it down. This book was like a vision board for me, because it makes you do exercises to break through your creative process and come out of it. It's a book, again, I'm reaffirming for those who've come. It's called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It really, really helped me to get to a space of where I wanted to be. So, recapping what I said, address what you truly need. I'm going to leave you with this thought today. Start giving it attention. Come from a space of gratitude towards it, and trust, and then use all the physical tools like this book or anything else that you're using, a vision board or whatever, to put it down. And then make sure that you trust the process. It's very important to trust the process, very important to trust the universe and get out there knowing that it's going to happen for you, because even though it takes a lot of time, it happens. If you give it the attention, it happens. I started giving it the attention, and that's why I'm here today, sitting in front of you, talking even to a handful of you. Even if I'm doing that, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. So what you truly need is the message of the day, and is the message for this week. Focus on it, and live with it, and manifest it, and then DM me about what you did with it. I'd love to hear back from you. I love hearing. That's one of the highs of my job, of what I do. I love getting your DMs and knowing how I've helped you. It's a very silent kind of happiness. It's not something that shows up anywhere. I always say it's like getting a stray dog adopted. You never really talk about the process. You never really, shout out from the rooftops. But it's there. You've driven all the way to strange parts of the city to get this dog adopted, and this dog has found a home. And that feeling that you get when that happens is only something that you know. So when you guys write back to me with that feeling that, listen, Shonali, you changed my life with a sweet vegetable drink, or you changed my life with this thought process that you had, or you changed my life with this thought that you left me with, is something that I really get encouraged by. And it's that thought that you don't share with too many people, but it leaves me happy to have impacted your life. Yeah. So I really mean it. So DM me with what you've addressed in your life. Send me pictures of your journals. Send me pictures of your vision board. Someone buy this book and then send me a picture of the fact that you bought this book. That's enough. That's enough that I did something on a Sunday for half an hour of my time with you, which kind of got you thinking and got you addressing something more. Yeah, so do that, and happy Sunday, and enjoy your time with your family and your friends, and hug a lot of people. Yeah, hug people to get that good oxytocin going for the week. Bye. Good luck.